So moving on to the second question, guys. What is one thing you would have done different or wish you would have done different, however the hell you want to take my damn question, during your full time? I know, Omar, it's a little bit different because you are active. But I guess for you, well, let's start with you first. But let me reword the question for you since you're the only one that's active right now. What do you feel you are, or you're going to do different, or you plan to do different now than you did your first time around in school?
No, first one is graduate.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's good for the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, the very first thing that I'm doing differently now is that I'm actually taking it serious. Unfortunately, when I first started college, I didn't take it serious, and I kept seeing it like it was high school. I went in with that mentality, thinking that the professors are there to help you. They are not. They're there to make money, and that is it. Some will help you, but the majority of them that will hold your grade over your head like a trophy will not help you. So you gotta learn how to cut their throats before they cut your throats. And I've used my
Metaphorically speaking.
Exactly. I don't need the cops on my ass. The biggest thing is I'm planning to do my master's after getting my bachelor's.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. But I wanted to get the bachelor's out of the way first, and that's why I did online school for the bachelor's, so I could get that as quickly as possible out of the way. My master's, I am planning to do it in a more recognized school so they can take me more seriously, because unfortunately we do live in an age where it is judge the cover before they read the book, and then once they read the book, that's when they actually get the more information about you. But yeah, that's something I would do different. And what I am doing different is just actually taking it serious and realize that if I don't put the effort in it, then I'm not gonna make it, and stop thinking that it's like high school.
See, and that's a good point that you make, because unlike high school, this time the only one that gets is you.
Exactly.
And you
Yeah.
and your pocket. So
Especially the latter one.
for the three of us, the question will be a little bit different. So Ian, as for you, what do you wish you would have done different during your time in college?
To be honest, I wish I kind of, like Omar said, kind of took things a little bit more seriously, but not really on the lens of doing work, but just kind of focusing on what it is that I'm in for. Because you said it a few moments ago where it's just like, you want to go back to school and you want to take the right stuff. Because school, because it's just so, it's a popular thing that, teachers and parents always say, like, go to college. They know that. And so what they would like to do is just make you take this class, take this test, take that class. And like, you're going to sign up thinking it's going to go somewhere when in truth, it's not. Like, I mean, the best example I can give you is that the first 2 years in 2013 and 2014, when I was out in my junior college, like I did classes, all of that stuff. And then because it got expensive for me to stay out there, I decided to move back into Chicago. And then I enrolled into a different college when I got over here, only to find out that none of the credits that I acquired out there could transfer. Mm-hmm. So I literally had to start all over from like a blank slate.
That's fucked up.
It is. Mm-hmm. And I was really upset about it, because it's just like, it's almost as if I was out there for 2 years and I basically did nothing. Mm-hmm. But they were the ones that were saying, take this, take that, take that. And I didn't take it seriously, because I was just like, well, they're the guidance counselors, and they're the teachers. They're the ones that should know. But like you said, Omar, they're there to get their money's worth. And even if that means keeping you spun in a little web of, this is what we think you need, and this is what we, hope you need, they'll do that. And so, that I know that's one of the things I kind of wish, because to be honest, that was part of the reason why, I mean, like you did, what was supposed to be like a 2-year plan for an associate's kind of drug out to a little bit more longer than that. But, I do extend grace though, because even a friend of mine who also got her associates, she said it takes longer than 2 years. So, we don't, I dare, and everybody's learning style is different. So I put that there. But it's just, if I was to do something over, I should have really narrowed down, like, do I really need this? And actually challenge them, like, this is not what I need. This, like, I don't want to just be taking courses that in the end is not going to help me get to my major, because that's what they like to do. Call them prerequisites, but prerequisites for what? It ain't going towards what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, true. So Jesus, same question. During your time in college, what do you wish you would have done different?
Probably take it more seriously, and also
Clearly, we all didn't take school seriously.
no, we didn't.
Well, I think we did, but to be fair, we were still teenagers just getting out of high school. To get out of that mentality, you got to put some grace on this. I mean, we weren't going to be acting like majors in college when we just got out of high school. We're going to act like asshats because that's where we were back in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just to add on before Jesus continues. It's also the mentality that they kind of raised us with. They were saying that, it's a must. You have to do it. It's something you gotta do it.
Yeah.
So
That's the only route, basically, to succeed.
Unless, of course, you just want to stick just a job, a low end job, and they kind of guilt trip you about it.
And I mean, I get it. They made you think that it's something you're gonna get automatically, and you're gonna have $1 million job once you're done. But it's like, no, it's only there to help you get the foot in the doorway. It's not even there to get you the $1 million job.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that I wanted to touch on too, is like the idea of pressure. I went because I was going to be like the first person from the family to go, and so I felt like there was a lot of pressure. Me and my other cousin, who she's like 2 years apart from me, she also felt the same pressure. And I think I came to the conclusion of just like, if you're going to go back, if you're going to do anything different, then at least this time do it for yourself, instead of doing it for someone else. Yeah.
That's kind of something that I just kind of realized right now. So by hearing everybody, I feel we haven't really, even outside of the podcast, we never really spoke about this, but like, for example, like me and Omar being brothers, living, obviously in the same household, we were technically some of the first two of our family that went out into school. Not the only ones, because we had our sisters also went out as well. But before us, our parents, for example, they only went to a certain education back in Mexico, not because they're stupid or poor or anything like that, but culture differences. But I kind of hear the same thing from you, Jesus, and I want to say you said the same thing, Ian, that you were the first one in your family.
Well, like Cameron, he went to college, but it's just didn't finish.
Like, kind of generation wise, like before you guys.
Yeah, because my mom, she didn't go. All she had is a high school degree.
See, that's kind of crazy. So all four of us literally were the first in our generation in our families,
and we're broken, disabled people. So that's a statement.
Yeah.
Hey, speak to yourself.
We're all broke and disabled, sir.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot.
Diabetic. But
My goodness.
I know we're brothers and both diabetics. How about that? So I guess I'll answer. Well, I mean, I'm the last one. So for me, the big thing that I would change, and it's kind of something that I've been battling with, would have been advocating for myself. Because just like what you were talking about, Ian, I did it in a very similar way with counselors, with teachers, with advisors. Because college was never in my plans when I was in high school, or even before that. The route that I was kind of going down, that was never in my future plans. So when I got to college, I was kind of very, very taken off guard. And I was kind of like, holy shit, I'm here. But I had no idea about, the way colleges work or degrees or classes or any shit like that. Especially, I talked about this a little bit a couple months ago in one of the episodes about my visual impairment and me having a struggle and battle with accepting that at an early age. Like now, I'm almost 30 years old. I've gotten to that point where I accept it. But when I was 19, 20, when I got out of school, I was not comfortable in my own skin. You know, having to be seen out with a cane, even though throughout the 4 years of high school I was never seen out with the cane, and now it was kind of like obvious, you know, that I was visually impaired. And that was a big hurdle that I kind of had to overcome. But not knowing what the I was doing, not knowing what the where I was going, and how the I was gonna get there, I depended a lot on what other people, you know, were saying. Because I was like, well, it's their job, you know, they've been through school, they've been down these paths, so they know better. I'll follow whatever they say. And for anybody who listens and is going down that path or went down that path, I'm gonna give you some advice. Don't believe that boy. Because not all these assholes that claim that, you know, they got their degrees know what the they're talking about when it comes to you. And you might not know what exactly you're doing, but never put your full and complete trust on everybody who just because they're working in this area or they got their degree, that you think that they're, you know, you do put them on a pedestal, and you kind of put yourself down, and you're, you know, that's what I did, you know, and I let people dictate what my career was going to be. I wanted to do other majors, but I stuck to social work, and I don't regret it. But that did kind of add on to the burnout, you know, and how I eventually got to that point. And it was because I was taking orders when nobody was really checking in what exactly did I want. It was more, you know, like I mentioned earlier, being told, well, you know, there's more opportunities in the social work and psychology areas for people with visual impairments than there are in these other areas that you're kind of interested in. And that really deterred me and took away my energy. And I stood quiet for a very long time. And now, when I do go back, I'm going to go back with, I'm going to say what I want, where I want to go, and how long I want to do this for. And no one's going to tell me otherwise, because I'm not a fucking kid anymore. I'm not a young 19-year-old, 20-year-old who's clueless about life. You know, I'm no genius. I still don't know about a lot of these things, but my ass is going to do my research. You get me? So that is one thing that I do take away.